Hey boys, girls, YouTube world. Today the Duff Dog and I are up here in, settle down. We'll get out in a minute. In the suburbs of Petersburg, North Dakota. Duff wants to get out. Online auction. This is a Steffes auction, and we bought some junk. So it's really windy out there, so sound quality is gonna be terrible, but let's take a look at what they got and what sold and what we got. I think it all sold though. Let's head down to the west end and start down here. So, advanced design. She's a 5-window. Look at all them American flags in there. Got the stainless around the glass. I think this thing went for like 350 bucks. Got kind of this neat grill guard on it. I can't tell if it's an aftermarket accessory or if they modified it. It almost looks like it's designed for that thing. I think it went for like 360 bucks. This one went for like 600 bucks. 61. She's got the retrack tow mirrors on her. A long bed, 3/4 ton step side. I think it's a 6-cylinder. It smells like a skunk. This thing I kind of wanted, but it's a 61 Oldsmobile bubble top. Doors are in there, hood's in there. No, the trunk's in there. It's a front clip. Most of it's here. She's, I don't know, seats there. There's a lot of good pieces. Gronvold Bessemer, why not? But I already got a bubble top I don't do anything with. Factory power steering, power brake car. That's pretty neat.
That's pretty neat.
But anyway, I think this thing went for like 500 bucks or 800 bucks. Wasn't a bad deal, but like I said, we already got one. This would have been an excellent donor to make a bubble top Chevy if you're into that. These two sweat lines went together. This is a 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive. It was supposed to have a good cab, but it looks like it's not that great. And I think they went for like 350 bucks. Pretty cheap. This thing went for like 1,600 bucks, 383. I think it's a 69 Plymouth. I thought that was insane. It's rusty. It's smashed up. I don't know if derby car guys are getting it or what. Here's the swept line. I think this is a 64 model. You know, slant 6. She's been missing a hood for a while. This thing, I was the second highest bidder. I think it went to like 2,900 bucks. This thing looks like it was just drug out of a barn and parked. 57 Olds, Super 88. This car would clean up good. Kind of kicking myself for not getting this car. This thing was pretty good, but and then there's a 10% buyer's premium on everything, so like 3,300 bucks on this guy. No title on any of this stuff. Cool car. If it was a Buick, I would have been all over it. 57 Olds, 57 Buicks are cool though. I don't know what this Dodge went for, probably 300-400 bucks. We got this hot rod. I think we gave $650 for it. 66 Chevelle. He said he took the rear end out and put in his El Camino. It's pretty rough, but it's a 2-door hardtop Chevelle, and it was a pedal car. So we're gonna have to get that loaded up. And then we got this 39 Chevy here that his dad started hot rodding. I think it's got 72 Nova Super Sport posi rear, steering column, and they grafted the front end on it. It's got a really nice grill. We gotta scoop that up today before we leave, even if we don't get that loaded up. So we gotta load those two up. I'm missing the passenger door for this thing. He said he thinks he knew where it was, but unfortunately they dug a hole and pushed it into it. But, yeah. Tow truck with a hand crank boom. Square body, early one. Rydell in Grand Forks. Small block. Nothing special about this thing. Kind of rough, like they all are. And then we got this hot rod. I'm kind of excited about this. I don't love 57 Chevys, but this, my favorite ones are 150 2-door posts. So, yeah, he got this one, drug it home, and didn't do nothing with it. I think that's the rear glass, or hopefully it is. And no front seat. There's floor pans in the trunk. It's pretty dang complete. No title, of course. But, yeah, I freaking love the patina. She's real rusty in that quarter, but it's a 2-door. And 2-doors are cool. So cool that some hack up in Canada is hacking up 4-doors to make them. God, all my cars are in a row? Oh, that square body's in the middle. Here's the 37 Chevy. This has got an engine in it, but it's missing the head. I was wondering why the door is off. I thought maybe we're gonna put it on that car, but 37 doors are different. This thing was like 130 bucks. I couldn't say no. It's unfortunate it's got that whammy there, but it's rusty down there, so that ain't a big deal. I'll just have to find a deck lid. That car, I think I paid like close to 3 grand, something like that. But anyway, I'm regretting getting this one, but whatever. We got it now. Looks like it comes with a license plate. We'll take a look at these closer when we get home, and we'll get them cleaned up. Because that one's got to go, and the 39's got to go, and we'll probably sell those two, or maybe not. I don't know. I wanted a Chevelle for a while. Kind of want one of all of them, but I kind of want a 67. You don't see many like 64 to 67. You see a ton of 68 72s. Anyway, another 5.0 truck cab. I think that, again, this went for like $400 or $500. It's got the stainless trim, all that stuff. That glass is busted. Spotlight, probably an old fire truck. I think this Minneapolis went for like $260, and this Farmall went for like $440. I think that was like $150. These big blocks, which this is out of a truck, you can tell because it's got the adapter to go to the, I think it's 13-inch clutch versus 11-inch clutch. And that went for, I don't know, like $500, which you can see the manifold's been cobbled all up. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't interest me. They didn't have a bid on the old Polaris 488, so maybe that didn't go. And then they got this old versatile 300 Hydromic. This thing brought 9 grand. I don't know why. V6 diesel. I don't know. Not appealing to me, but somebody's either going to use it or maybe they're a collector. I don't know. So that's the deal with these auctions is usually you're kind of, there's some deals out there, but I always say if you do buy it, it's worth what you paid because somebody else was willing to pay one bid less than you. So unless that other person's an idiot like me, yeah, you can get your money back, maybe. Probably not. I don't know. Don't listen to me. Don't take financial advice from me. Go talk to Dave Ramsey or Ramit Sethi.
Well, a rule of thumb I use is not own things that have motors and or wheels added together that equal more than half your annual income because they all go down in value.
So then there was all these wheels. I think this bunch of wheels went for like $50 because there's these Kreger wannabes and Mopar wheels and 8 lugs and Keystones. This one I think went for close to $200, but there's some slots. And then we were wondering, the Mopar Madman came along, but he forgot his measuring device, if these were like a press truck wheel. A couple of 15-inch Chevy Rallies in this one and some Keystones and some more 14-inch ProTrack racing profiles. I think that one for like 50 or $100. This is the one I was bidding on. It's got these ETs, they're Unilugs, they've been run loose. Not disappointed I didn't get these. I think they went for like $190. And then they got some Fentons slots for the front, which I think those are 4 and 3/4, but they're only a 14-inch. So whatever. We'll let them go. Maxi Track Super 60s. Cool looking wheels though. And then some 6-lug Chevys. And then there was some other small stuff. I don't know where that's at. Probably inside or something. I got a hood for that 66. There was a bunch of big block Chevy heads and blocks. There was a 440 Mopar. Most of that stuff went for like $200 or $300. Like I said, there's a hood for that 66, a hood for like a 70 to 74 Challenger, and a seat, a pair of bucket seats for the same. Seats went for like $290. I guess that's, to me, it seemed pretty reasonable, but Mopar Madmen said they're not desirable. So, our big trailer's tied up, and so yeah, I was hoping to get 2 at a time. I think we're gonna grab the 57, because that'll be the easiest to grab, and then we'll come back with help and a rollback and get some other ones. Because this one, we got a bunch of parts we need to wrangle, and that one doesn't have a rear end, plus the hood's just floating around. And then we don't have any wheels on the 37. So, 57, I think you're the one, and I think your hood is gonna need to be tied down too. No hood hinges. We're gonna need some 57 parts. And that hood is green, and the rest of you is blue. Ooh, I found some of the parts. There's a Mopar automatic transmission. Ooh, yeah, headers, Kregers, everything I love. There's it's not a big block Chevy. Must be the Mopar. There was some small blocks as well. Big block heads, big block cranks and whatnot. And then the bucket seats. Oh, there's that tranny. Bunch of stuff we didn't need. What are you doing waiting down there for me? Use the ladder. Come on up. It's nice and quiet in here. Anything good in there? Check out that hubcap. Oh, make yourself at home. Go for it. All right, we just gotta tie this sucker down and head for the flatlands. We got about a 2 hour and 15-minute drive, and we gotta do it 3 more times. Unless we get the double trailer unloaded or make a hitch for the rollback. So, to be continued. I might try to get those 39 fenders in here, just so that's out of the way. But I might not, who knows? Duff's just on the way over there, checking out that Polaris snowmobile that nobody got a bid on. Stopped in at the old ice cream U-Scream, got ourselves a brownie screamer. Pretty good. She's cold today because it's super hot out. There's never a bad day for ice cream, is there? All right, home stretch. Everything's going good. I haven't lost. Oh, the trunk lid come open, so I had to tie that shut. Found that out before we got to the highway though, so good deal there. Duff is enjoying the great outdoors while I'm trying to enjoy air conditioning. This is the battle that I have to fight every day. Made it back home, didn't we, Duff? Now we gotta burn off some of that brownie screamer ice cream. Calories. So how are we gonna do that, Duff? What do we hate? Everything. We hate everything. But we hate vehicles that don't roll. So, we could try pumping up these tires, but that wheel's pretty hideous. I noticed every one of the wheels is held on with one lug nut. The rest are all Steelies, 14-inch. I think they're 61 or 2 Chevy rims. You can tell by the way that they are. Well, they're similar to what we found for the front. These are some 14s, basically a 62 Chevy rim. You can tell by the offset that they got. They almost look like a reverse wheel. But we're gonna mount those suckers up for the front. Some chromies similar to that. That quarter is not good. And we got some dirty mags for the back. We got a black Magster. This is a 14. And then we got a Road Rider ST. This is a 15. I don't know what brand that guy is, but anyway. What's it say? What's it say? Japan? Napa? Tanap AJ. I don't know. It's a knockoff. American. Maybe it's an American, but anyway, let's see how that looks. I do have a pair of this one for sure, but I want to see how I like the gray versus the black. So let's get her lifted up in the air. Hopefully we can free up from brake drums, or maybe they're already free. Wishful thinking. I was watching this thing in the mirror for the last 2 hours, and this thing is pretty freaking straight. I'll give it that. She's not all banged up. Anyway, she's had some body work in her past though. And I set the bar pretty low on body condition. I'm gonna grab the jack and some lug nuts and swap some wheels. And the lug nuts I'm gonna grab are from the Lug Nut Guys. Go check them out, lugnutguys.com. Enter code Mortske. Just make something up and be like, hey, Mortske sent me here. Send me some free stuff with my order. And I'm sure they'll throw in a sticker. Or if you spend enough money with them, they'll probably send you a banner. So yeah, good guys, quick turnaround out of the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. So local-ish, Midwest, good dudes. All right, wheel time. All right, let's mount up a couple 14s for the front now. that majestic Ford tow job going over there. Ford on Ford action. Jail bar and a dent side. Shut up, seagulls. Need Puddin' here to chase these stupid things off.
Get out of here, birds!
They're probably eating some kind of fly or something though, or bug, so keep it up, seagulls. Oh, dragonflies. Maybe that's what they're eating. Would you believe it? Both rear wheels spun. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
Shoot, I think that one would have pumped up. We got the red line. Definitely don't worry about that water that's inside that tire. That's not going to give us problems in the future. It'll show us where the leaks are at when we put the tube in it. We should start a new segment of the show. Will It Tube. Today on Will It Tube, we got our Dayton Deluxe 78 4-ply nylon Load Range B G7814. She's a good, thick girl. Right there is what you want to see. Made in USA. It's a good looking tire right there. The old Dayton Deluxe. I don't know that I've ever seen a Dayton Deluxe. Let's do this. Don't hold it close to your face. She's definitely a Maypop. Dang, I like that color. She is a good looking car. Oh, we should probably put some air in that one. The old Road Rider ST is a little low. Let's get a look at this thing. I had to set the hood on it. I had to take some pictures for the old Instagram. But yeah, this thing's pretty good. I think we got to find some headlight surrounds and a grill and maybe some better bumpers, some glass, and okay, it needs everything, but it looks way better. Told you that water was going to leak out where the leak was. Duff's over there admiring it. Look at that backdrop. Whew. Standard sign, Duff dog, standard pump, jail bar, tow truck. All right, squirrel. She's got a little whammy in the rocker and rust. Some old body work there, a little bit up there, rust in the dog legs, a pretty terrible old patch there, slight crease here. These bumper ends are just freaking wasted. Nice trunk lid, missing that one piece of trim and missing a couple pieces of trim in the door handle over here, but I feel like they're in the car. We need a mirror. Glass looks good still. If we just put like a half quarter on here or cut something off a 4-door, I don't know. That's terrible. That I can't live without or with. And you can buy all that stuff cheap too. A little crease in the rocker, but it's not super rusty. I'm not even concerned about that. But yeah, this bumper's got a pretty big hooey in the middle and she's rusty over there, but that side's good. And we need the little bullets for the hood. God dang it, that auction last week had all kinds of cheap 57 trim and hood, stacks of hoods and bumpers and stuff going for less than 50 bucks. But I didn't own a 57 Chevy last week. All right, I'm gonna mount up some 6-hole tires to put on the back of that 37 and some 4 3/4 for both the 39 and the Chevelle. Maybe make loading easier if we need them. All right, back at the tire grind, my favorite thing. So, in order to try and get 3 more cars home tomorrow, and I got no drivers lined up, but hopefully I can persuade Mojo. Let's see if we can put a hitch on the back of the rollback and see if we can really slow that 454 down and drink some more gas. And then we can put one on the rollback and one on the trailer behind the rollback. So I call this the Stinger, which seems like a good idea, but this is the wheel lift. And they make kits to put a hitch on here, but I didn't like any of them, and I don't know if they're gonna be compatible because kits are kits. So Chin drew a hitch up, and our buddy Dick cut some parts out. He said they're on the house because his laser really screwed up. This is 5/8. This is big stuff. This is like what your receiver hitch is made out of. And a lot of people are gonna say, why don't you put a receiver hitch? That's a very good question. Either I gotta put it up here and then it gets too high, I'm afraid. and then you gotta have a big drop, or we gotta cut a hole in here, and then that might weaken that up. And I'm probably not gonna use this wheel lift for hauling cars. All my stuff doesn't roll hardly anyway, so 2 wheels on the ground for a long ways. Let's just put a trailer on it and carry on with our lives. So what we're gonna do is have a plate that goes here. We're gonna have a plate here, tie them all together, and then some gussets, and then a ball out here. Right, Duff? So here's our top plate. Bottom plate's the same. We're gonna have a ball here, chin, where somebody screwed up the dimensions. So we're gonna have to open that up a little bit. This is gonna be our pin, which will probably get replaced by a bolt, but 3/4 inch pin. And then these are our plates for our gussets and our backing plate, and this thing's gonna be super robust. But we're gonna have to do some grinding. The kerf was a bit excessive on Dick's laser this week. Let's see what we can bang out yet tonight, and maybe have a trailer hooked up in the morning. Don't tell the DOT, but we don't have trailer lights yet. Got her mocked up. I think we're gonna burn her in. Should be good enough for now. I think we're gonna make another revision. One that's got hooks for safety chains, and then these are just gonna be a gusset, like a 45-degree going back, because this is gonna dig into the dirt and then also gets in the way from us putting a wrench on there. Same deal with these gussets. We'll angle them down. We could, once we get it all welded up, we could just cut that stuff off too. But for now, so we can get rolling, I'm gonna burn that all together, and then we'll have to get the old torch out, open that hole up. Chin said he modeled it up to 1 inch, and that's baby balls. We got big boy balls, so 1.25 inches, so we gotta open her up to. No big deal. I'm gonna tack this all in place, and we'll take her up to the bench and burn her in real good. Or actually, I bet I can take this off of here and burn it all in, and hopefully she don't warp. Because if it pulls together, which I can't see why it would, when we weld that backside, it will a little bit, but we can spread her back open. We should be able to sneak this off of here as designed. Take her to the welding table, burn it. Wear your gloves so you don't burn your hands when you're welding, kids.
I should know.
Had to give her a little tapping with the hammer, but she's on there. I think I found this hitch pin a couple months ago on the highway. Stuck a hairpin or whatever in there so it can't come out, and it's a tight fit. It's not coming out. And all this stuff is just for the tongue weight, and you know, your pulling force is on this pin, which is in double shear. I mean, that whole pin has to shear off, not only there but down there, in order for that to slide off. So I don't think it's going anywhere.
He's going nowhere. Where you going? Nowhere.
Now we just got to open that hole up and put our ball on there. If only I had a reamer that went up to 1.25 inches. I think mine only go up to 3/4 of an inch, or maybe 1 inch, but definitely not 1.25 inches. Put that on my wish list for my birthday. Guess we're gonna use the old Smith gas axe. 1 inch to 1.25 inches, so we just got to take a quick 1/8 inch off all the way around. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And if we ever were concerned about my magnificent torch skills, we could find a 1.25 inch reamer or a drill bit. Take this thing off, drill out that other side, flip it upside down, because it's completely reversible. But it's 12:15, so I'm gonna go get cleaned up and shut her down for the night so that we can haul some junk tomorrow. Haul some junk today. All right, we're back. Day 2. Trailer is still here. Didn't lose that. We'll see if the jack works. That was giving us grief last time. I'd say we brought help with, but we brought this guy instead. He just wanted to come here and drool over that. Where's that Mopar? Oh, somebody came and got it. They got the prize 69 Polara.
I bet it didn't make it home.
I guess it's not steering, so we're gonna make it steer. Or fail miserably with the smallest locking players known to man.
Could you find a smaller pair? Is that a pair or a set?
It's a pair.
Is it? Why is it a pair?
I got a smaller
Oh,
one.
jeez.
I haven't even used him yet. I'm excited. Chin carries him, so he's my hero, so I wanted to be like him.
Fair enough.
Look at them snowplow engine mounts. Oh yeah. This is gonna be fun. All right, we're gonna tie the door shut and stuff some stuff back in there that we're super concerned about falling out. Tire down. First one out of 3 done. Not too bad. Would have been way easy if it steered. All right, here we go. Super trucker. Second try. All right, 2 down. Pretty good so far. Duff made a new friend. I don't know where he or she went, but let's get to 37 and get out of here, Duff. All right, we just gotta hook back up to the trailer and get the French out of here. Oh yeah, we gotta find our hood in our Farmall tractor. How good is that rollback though?
It's crazy. Everybody needs one.
It's worth all the gas it takes.
Unbelievable.
17 gallons to go 100 miles. Yeah, we're not gonna do the math on that. Yeah. Made it. Nobody died. Didn't lose nothing. Let's throw some rollers on this thing since we got them ready and we got the jack. And then we'll have to clean everything out. Get her unloaded. Here's the hood I picked up. Got that strapped down. It ain't perfect, but it's better than the rusty one that's on the car. Pretty bad when the hood is the 1/6 of the cost of the car. The Mopar Man said they used all the tread on that guy. I guess the gentleman who owned this said he had a 66 big block El Camino that he kept destroying rear ends, and so that's where this one went. Oh, the old... Oh, it's not even a Super Sport, it's a Super Sports Pluricular Firestone. I despise the Keystones even more than the Kraggers. All right, we got most of the stuff unloaded. And it's a gorgeous night for ice cream, like there's ever a bad night. So Chin's gonna take the big blue dually. I'm gonna take this thing because this thing is probably the best driving vehicle ever. I gave Brandon the, what did I give Brandon? Oh, the little black Dodge. And Mojo's got Reggie. And DB is taking White Lightning. And then a couple of my buddies are showing up, hopefully. And maybe some other people. I invited everybody. Wednesday night, good night for ice cream. We'll try doing that more often. Next week ain't gonna work because it's the July 4th week. The Chin is taking the crew cab because it's got the child seat in the back. Did he go the wrong way? He's like, I already hate this thing. It's ruined. Did you get lost or what? Just getting it warmed up? Yeah. All right.
We went to a full tank of gas as we were driving.
It creates free energy. Did you turn the park lights on? Huh, maybe the park lights just come on when it's running. Weird. Dodge things. All right, let's do this. I love ice cream. Small block HEI Quadrajet. Pretty much the best combo ever. There's DB. Don't screw it up. I don't know why you picked that one, the slowest one of them all. Now that we got this auction junk home, we got to figure out what we're going to do with it. And the first thing I want to do when I drag something home that I like to do, doesn't always happen, is get it cleaned up. That way the dirt, the dead critters, whatever, doesn't get any worse, doesn't cause more rot, doesn't cause more damage, doesn't cause more stink, doesn't cause more critters to want to live in there. And it also, maybe we'll find some extra parts or some good stuff in there, or then we know what we got. If it's junk, we already know it's junk. How junky it is. So on this hot rod, there's a pile of parts in here. We're gonna go through all these parts and save what we can, see what we need, see what we're missing, and then before I pressure wash it, because I want to pressure wash it and get all the crud out of there so the rot don't get any worse, let's vacuum. Ooh, the small block Chevy lift mount plate thinger goes on the intake manifold. You small block Chevy guys know what I'm talking about. Let's vacuum that all up, because as soon as I do the pressure washer, it's going to go everywhere, and we don't need diamonds all over in the yard. So I'm going to grab a pallet, throw all this stuff in, and get the vacuum cleaner and extension cord, and we'll go from there. Well, the first thing I hope we find is a door handle. I also hope we find some trim. Get some Bel Air trim. That does us no good, because this is not a Bel Air. Vent cover, floor pan, both hood hinges. Oh, there's the spear that goes on the door. There's the spear for the quarter panel. I think that's the eyebrow around the grill. I don't know. Yep, eyebrow, driver's side, goes on the grill, or above the grill, on the fender. It's damaged, but so are we. I think this is even two-door Bel Air trim. Yep, two-door Bel Air trim. We don't need that where we're going. Grandma's seat cushion, we're definitely gonna dispose of that. 61 lower trim level Biscayne Bel Air hubcap. Pretty rough shape. No idea what this trim is for. Does that go down the top of the... Oh yeah, that's, I think, goes down the top of the quarter panel right there on a fancier car. Bel Air type deal. Maybe the 210s. Mojo's Mountain Dew bottle from 1998. Eyebrow for the driver's side. And a significantly better one for the passenger side. Look at that. Extra parts. Another one of them upper quarter trim thingers for a Bel Air. We got a half a 57 grill. Hey, there's the other half of the grill. Well, most of it. Let's get this seat out of there so it's not holding any crap in there, and we can pressure wash underneath it. And find whatever is hidden underneath it. Still got the plastic on it. Maybe there's a build sheet in there. Not gonna lie, she's a little soft under the seat there. Got the door handle on the side. Bumper guards. I don't think they're for this car. There's a pair. Bumper jack. Bumper jack. Bumper jack. Oh, another bumper guard. That looks like a 4041 Chevy. Factory accessory. Bumper jack. Bumper jack. I wonder if we can get that back seat out. What's this? Isn't that 56 trim? I think so. Yeah, I take that back. that piece is definitely for this car on that side. So we got all that trim. We got this guy, and the little one that goes on the door. We need a Chevrolet for the other side though. And a whole lot of other things. Other than some crap we're gonna sweep out of here before we pressure wash. I think we got the inside of the cabin cleaned out pretty good. We got a VIN tag, that helps. The window regulators, not there, so hopefully we find them in the trunk. What kind of goodies we got in there? Ooh, the bumper ends that we need. Both of them. Another bumper. New floor pans. Oh yeah, door handles. Let's see what we got. It's pretty handy that we got both of these guys because they're both wasted on this car. Window trim thing called your felty dealies. It's pretty rough, but I don't know if they reproduce them. I'm sure they do, but I'm sure they suck. Engine mounts, don't need those. There is some window track regulator stuff in here. Getting close to the good stuff. Window cranks, springs. Oh yes! The door handle. Jack. Definitely not for this car. New old stock floor pan. Some wire wheeling and assembly required. Fuel pump. Oh, it's got some fittings. We better save them. Bumper. Brake shoe. Heater valve. Early small block engine mounts. Why can't I not throw anything away? Air cleaner. Pretty sure this means it was a V8 car. Is that a 2-barrel? I think that's 2-barrel V8. I think the 6-cylinders were way smaller. Bracket we probably need. Wiper motor probably don't need, but we'll save. Wing window still functional. Slightly broken. Trim for around the glass. Quantity 2 more wing windows. Less busted. More mouse boot. Oh yeah. Window garnishings. All 4 of them. That's the money right there. Eat your heart out 2-door conversion, Dan. Throttle rod. More window tracks. Clutch pivot ball bracket. Goes around the wiper, the trim, stanchion thing here. A couple pieces of quarter glass. The tracks are all rotted out, dang it. Oh yeah, that track is wasted. Windshield garnishing. I feel like we're missing another one of them. All right, I think she's ready for the vacuum and some pressure washing. There's a lot of good parts in there though. We're missing a lot of important pieces, however, as well. All right, here she is. It doesn't look half bad. The trunk's pretty good, except for the back lip where they absolutely always rot out. Even where the spare tire is pretty solid down there, but down in here she's rotten. And then there's a little bit behind that wheel well, and it's kind of soft over in there. The cab floors, on the other hand, I didn't think they were that bad, but I didn't think they were good. But you can see it got into this cross member here. I think there's a floor support here, floor support there, where it meets the quarter panels. Floor support there. Yeah, you could patch it together, but it needs a floor. It's already been patched over there. So yeah, it is what it is. But doing what we just did there should hopefully keep it from getting too much worse. Maybe we'll hit it with the pressure washer yet too. Maybe we'll just vacuum it out. Maybe we'll have a sandwich and think about it. But we got to do something with the other 3 cars yet, so that's what we're gonna do next. Here we go, next on the chopping block, 1966 Chevelle Malibu. So this thing clearly doesn't roll. Let's see what we can do to make it roll. If you are an avid viewer and remember, my dad has a 66 Buick Skylark that his grandfather bought brand new, and I may or may not have lunched the original 10-bolt in that and upgraded it with a quick performance 9-inch. So I still got his 10-bolt, and that thing should bolt in here. Should, if everything's here. Let's take a look. The other thing is, the wheels aren't tied together. So we're gonna need a outer tie rod end, because they cut those. And we're gonna need a steering arm. I don't have either of those on hand. And it looks like they cut the bolts off too, so we're gonna need to take that all apart to make it steer again. So that's not happening. Same thing on the other side. I wonder why they did that. Manual steering car. Looks like they started taking it apart properly and then gave up shortly thereafter. It was a 3 on the tree clutch car. Floors are a lot of bit soft, but it's a Chevelle, so let's see what we can do. Here is one of the arms for the rear end, and I don't think it's supposed to be bent like that. So that's probably gonna not be very prohibitive to put a rear end in it. Looks like they cut the bolts here and kind of winged that up a bit. Oh yeah, rust in the trunk floor. Oh yeah, floors are real bad. And this one, they got super wild with it. How's this other lower control arm? Can we see it underneath the pallet? Oh, doom. All right, between the lower control arm on that side being bunged up and the one missing over here, I don't think we're gonna get the rear end in it. Dang it, I almost died trying to get that rear end after I found it. That was a whole other story. But anyway, let's get this thing cleaned out and we'll make it a roller another time. I think you can buy aftermarket control arms for pretty reasonable. We'll just get some Chinese ones just to make it roll, because these cars are a whole lot easier to deal with when they roll. Man, it looked pretty good out here. I mean, there's a little rust there. It must have been blue originally and then was painted silver. But there should be a body mount there. She's pretty soft. We need one of them retired NASCAR road race frames to throw it on. That's what we need. That would be pretty swanky. Some old body work done here. Rust in the dog legs. Somebody wrote "Flick You" on the side. That's unfortunate. A little rust up here in the inner fender. Probably into the core support. All right, we saved it. We paid for it. We own it. Let's get her cleaned up. To be honest, I was almost more excited about this one than the 57. I know it's missing a door and some front end pieces, but yeah, I kind of want a Chevelle because I've never really had one, and now I do, and it's not that good. We do have a VIN tag, so we might be able to acquire a title. She's pretty rotten in the kick panel, and the floors, in the dash, which is pretty much missing. But all right, let's get this thing cleaned out. I think these are original grills. Are the right grills for this thing? Spares? Yeah. Let's set them on top of the car, so we don't set anything heavy on top of them and break them. Spare tail light, 66. Sure enough. There's the headlight trim we're looking for. Tail light trim that's wasted. Fender trim, wasted. Horn ring, Kick panel. This thing's got carpet in it, so we probably want to get rid of that to make the floor not any worse than it already is. I think this is a stock big block manifold. We'll have to look up the part numbers on it. It's definitely not small block. Maybe it's some crazy valuable 396 setup. We can only hope. This intake might fall through the floor. Another big block intake. They look like they're twins. Part number 3883948. One of the missing hood hinges. Another headlights around. Armrest. Is this an AC car? Heater box doesn't look like an AC car. T3 headlight with bucket. Look at this, we hit the jackpot. I don't know where that trim goes. I think it's for this car. I was thinking it was the valance. Oh, it goes behind the wheels. Rear quarter trim. Another AC ball. Another armrest. Another headlight and bucket. Not a T3. Look at this though. Krieger GT. I thought they were Krieger SS's. This is the Grand Touring Edition. Tell you what, we just got in a fresh batch of swag. We got bobbleheads. It took a long time to get them. It took a lot of back and forth to get what we want. And they're pretty sweet. Let me grab you one. Check this guy out. The old Duff bobblehead. Mortske repair. Got Duff on his name tag. These things are pretty sweet. You need them for your desk, your toolbox, your shop, your bathroom, your lake home. You put it on your dash. They're a little hefty and bulky. You probably want to screw her down. But anyway, right now, I'll even sign this thing and I'll put a scratch in it. One lucky person who orders a bobblehead is getting this Krieger GT cap, because I'm not keeping it, because you guys know how much I absolutely love the Kriegers. So there you have it. Go check it out, mortske.com. We got ball caps, we got t-shirts, we got banners, we got magnetic can koozies, we got screwdrivers, and now we got bobbleheads. And one of you lucky people who purchases a bobblehead between the dates listed below is going to get an autographed Mortske Krieger GT center cap. What a deal! Now back to work. What do we got here? 75 North Dakota license plate. Definitely going to want to keep that in the trash. I've got more headlight trim rings, some trim, a terrible cluster that I shouldn't save, a tail housing off of a transmission that's going in the scrap, and a flex plate that's weighted. So what's that mean? Big block, turbo, or 400, externally balanced? I don't know, it's going in the scrap. Hopefully we'll get enough out of the scrap to buy some ice cream. Door sill plate, I don't know, inner fender trim, something or other. And 10.8 extendable, park light, another armrest, Turbojet 396. That's right, we're throwing that in the to-go pile with the bobbleheads. Somebody's gonna get a 396 Turbojet emblem as well. Hood spear, the other hood hinge. Man, what a deal. We're giving all kinds of good stuff away this week. But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Bobblehead pile, Wilson Ford, Huntington Beach, Virginia, California? I don't know, never been there. Bent up trim, wiper, chrome generator, alternator, adapter, bracket, something or other, and probably a matching 1975 North Dakota license plate. I'd throw the license plates in the giveaway pile, but they're hot garbage. Nobody's gonna want those. Nobody's gonna want any of this, let's be honest. I don't even want it. All right, it's trash can time. Let's pick up our delicate valuables. Okay, they're not valuable, just delicate. Score socket, 10 millimeter, 3/8 Thorson. What a deal. Kick panel. Looks important, better save it. Better save the seat belts. All right, let's carry this thing up front. Get her by the vacuum cleaner. Guess what? The lucky rusty Thorson 3/8 socket going in the bobblehead pile. In case you weren't sure before, but yeah, these floors are beyond toasty. I can see in the trunk, nothing worth getting out of there. But she's cleaned up a bit. I do think a pressure washer would help this one out, get rid of a bunch of that moss and whatnot. On the outside anyway. On the inside, I don't think there's much to save there. We're gonna need a parts car if we're gonna do this one, for the dash and the front clip pieces and control arms. We need a door. Of course, they cut the hinges, well, that hinge. So, missing the latch on that side. Windshield got knocked out. We do have that hood. Silly. We shouldn't have bought this thing or the hood. No? All right. Let's get this one out of the way and grab the next one. All right, let's take a look at the bottom of this old 39 Chevy hot rod. The old Firestone Super Sport is not holding air. Good, because I didn't like these Keystone Classics. Tell you what, we're gonna knock that hubcap off and we're gonna throw that Keystone Classic hubcap in on the bobblehead. We're giving all kinds of stuff away. So we'll have to find a Steely for that. Somebody said the leaf spring's out. Oh, I suppose let's put this rear end. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. There it is. Use limited slip only. I was gonna see if this is a posi. That tag says it is, but is it? Sure enough. They both, no, now they're not spinning. Yeah, they're spinning the same way. So, they might not have lied to us there. We might have ourselves a limited slip, but they don't have a tag on it, so we'll have to figure out what the ratio is. But we got something there. Looks like they took a bunch of leaf springs out and just put a couple in there as a spacer. A little shock bracket and some new U-bolts. Floors look really dry. A little bit of rot there. Somebody might have poked it with a fork. I don't know if that was me or them shoving it around. These things got a top hat frame, because if you got a cross section, it looks like a top hat. This is the bottom of your hat and that's the top. Yeah, I wish this thing had a driver's door. He said it was in a building that maybe fell down. They didn't do a terrible job of grafting that front end on there, I guess. Hopefully it's on there straight. This is a rear steer, so I think this is the earlier Camaros and Novas. It is disc brakes, but the steering box is froze up, so we either got to find a different box or take that apart and try to free it up to get her to steer. I don't think that tire's holding air real well. A little bit of rot down here. They fixed some there. Yeah, this car just needs to be set together. A little tear in the fender back here. Hopefully we can find those super cool taillights. This pan is always beat up and rusty on these cars. There's like a big tray right here. Tool tray, package tray, just sits full of crap. Rusts out. All right, let's set this thing on the ground and see what kind of goodies we got inside. I think we got the whole front clip, or most of it. Give me my fender. Somebody must have started doing a little body work on this one. One window garnishing, slight tweak. Oh, that's for the door we're missing too. Mopar Madman was all excited about this mirror, so apparently we better save that for him. Floor pans! Oh, yes, short chain. Dang it, no hooks. Looks like we better go grab the scrap dumpster. Oh, Duff, what do we got ourselves into? Fuel line? You wanna go grab a trash can? That'd be great, pal. No? Fine, I'll do it. Hopefully we get enough scrap to pay our dumpster bill. Looks important. I was gonna say, what are the odds the fuel tank is any good? Well, when the bottom is as rotten as that, probably not very good. Really striking out on fuel tanks lately. Don't put your hardware in plastic containers and set it outside. Gallon coolant jugs make good containers for hardware, if you keep it inside out of the sunlight. Fan, better keep that. Oh! Another 396 turbojet set of flags going in the bobblehead pile. I don't know what that hubcap is. V is for Vendetta, Ventura, Volare, or maybe it's an A. Duff, you want to get a tote to put all these parts in, so I don't have to pick it up twice? So this is where, I don't know, the money's made, I guess. I used to buy cars like this all the time. Still do. Crappy, dilapidated. I can envision what it can look like. So can you. But put a little time into cleaning these things out. Get some better pictures. Get tires on them that roll. Round up some paperwork for it if you can. Just clean it up and repost it and make money without having to do a whole lot of work. Like, there's a lot of lazy people out there that just sell cars like this. If they would have spent a week cleaning up all these cars, they probably got 4 times more money in the auction. But anyway, rant over. And then you just got a bunch of crap sitting around, like me. Harmonic balancer with a pulley. Ooh, another V is for Vendetta hubcap, and then I think this is a factory GM accessory tri-bar spinner dealio. Brake booster, scrap. Oh, engine splash pans, that's what those are. Bicycle seat, low mileage. Found a lot of stuff over the years. I think that's the first bicycle seat. That stainless trim looks important. Must be off like a door panel? Rear glass, not safe. Side glass does have a regulator, so we should probably save that. Custom aftermarket tranny cross member. Hopefully they made that fit. If not, some modification may be required. Radiator support. Is that same trim? Yep. What is that for? NGK B9 ES spark plugs. Guarantee this guy had a snowmobile. Stocking cap. Probably not going to put that under. Oh, is it the kind with the cutouts, the holes for your nose? Or that's just where the mice chewed through. Ski mask. Can they even sell those things anymore?
I can open up a checking account in here. I'm trying to diversify my portfolio.
Trunk lid. You're gonna want to keep that. There's a classic. Oh man. Look at that body by Mortske. This thing's flawless. Better give that to Mojo. 94. Leaf springs. This is just the giveaway week of all giveaway weeks. This one's actually a good one. This isn't even a stamped one. This is cast. A cast slide in center cap. And it's a freaking Mickey Thompson MT. Man, you guys are scoring this week on the giveaway. 39 taillights, missing the lens and the trim ring, but these are super cool bucket taillight thingers. Glad I found at least one. Looks like the factory 39 sway bar, probably. Just a little guy.
He just a little guy.
Hold the phone. So these Nova front ends are known for being too wide. Guys will still put, just like a Crown Vic, people do it. And you can shorten those too, narrow them, but this thing's narrowed. I was just eyeballing it. Yeah, he's been cut right there. Welded there. This is what was the giveaway. It's sleeved, so it's got a narrower track width fitting the fenders. So it's actually kind of awesome to find because these are too wide for these cars otherwise. All right, back to cleaning. Window regulators, another taillight bucket. Actual light bucket for the taillight. Transmission tunnel. Intermediate steering shaft. Rag joint. Another antennae. Man, ain't very often you get lucky and get a 2 antennae a day. We're gonna need a bigger dumpster.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
So vacuum only goes so far. So there's a pile of dirt down in there, and there should be a clean out. And it ain't rotted out yet. You can try to scoop out as much as you can with your hand and with a vacuum cleaner, but pressure washing, you'll get all that out of there. And then make sure to clean out the vent. And don't let it sit in the trees in the dirt. Well, I got the passenger compartment pretty much cleaned out. I'm gonna get this stuff out of the trunk, and then there's a couple things in the back there. Lowering block, headlight bucket, some dead animals probably. But anyway, I'm about ready for the vacuum up here. Factory cross member. I would save it because it's got the brake and clutch pedal on it, but they tore straight through those, unfortunately. Kind of a cool design on these things. The master cylinder pivot is also the pivot for the clutch, and it's all kind of one piece. Not fun to service, but production wise saved them a few bucks. Looks like another power brake assembly with a swinging hanging pedal they were gonna probably try to use, but we're throwing it away. Looks like a GM brake pedal on it. Tranny cooler lines, finally some lines worth saving. Exhaust manifold, can never have too many of them. You know, for when everybody abandons their headers. Power steering pump for something. Not a GM, doesn't look like. Maybe it's a big block, I don't know. We're saving it. Wing window, better save that. Cup holder. Remember when those were the jam before everything had cup holders? Back when phones were only in your house, only had cords. What is this? Brick of cocaine.
Crack kids at it again.
Sure feels a lot like a master cylinder, but it's not a master cylinder. What is it, Duff? And why did they wrap it up so good? Be valuable, because we need something of value in this whole debacle. Is it a gun? Could it be a gun? This is where you... Oh, I was so right about a master cylinder. Dang it! Why did they tape up a master cylinder so well? I bet this thing was brand new or rebuilt, but it's scrap now. Wire harness, probably from the Nova donor car, scrap. Original tranny cross member or engine cross member, scrap. Factory steering column, we'll leave that with the car. No horn button, 3 on the tree. Oh, there's the factory Nova leaf spring mounts. Be clear, Pepsi. You guys remember that stuff? Oh, remember when they bragged that Pepsi had NutraSweet in it? Those were the days. Another Nova spring mount. Greta would be so proud of us, all this recycling we're doing. Cleaning up the earth, the environment. Just doing our part here at Mortske Repair. We, oh, whoops, some stainless, not for this car, but it's for something. Here at Mortske Repair. Oh, rear view mirror and bracket. It's terrible shape, but somebody might need it. The person who buys this car is gonna need it. Oh yeah, we definitely take all our 6-pack rings and we trim them all out so that the dolphins and the turtles don't get caught in them. We don't even use straws around here for saving the turtles. Good thing the dumpster got emptied today. Some Nova or Camaro guy's like, I needed those spring brackets. They're like $19 at Speedway Motors, get new ones. Of course it would start raining. It hasn't rained in like a day and a half. If you get into this flipping car hobby, buying really crappy ones like this, be sure to save a lot of money for gloves. The glove fund. Who's calling me? Don't call me when I'm working on my car, you silly telemarketer. But you know, I'm a moderately famous YouTuber. Don't you know who I am? Can't be calling me. I ain't got time for that. We're gonna lose the shop. Oh, winter jacket to go with the ski mask. Wouldn't that have been something? Find a ski mask and a gun in here and a jacket from a robbery from 1994. Headlight bucket and a door handle. We're saving them. If we time it right, we won't even have to pressure wash this thing. It'll just, Mother Nature will take care of it. Headlight bucket, horn, scrap, lift block. Better save that. Better yet, we're giving it away. If somebody wants it though, the first person who says I want that lift block signed by Mortske and buys a bobblehead gets that thing, because I don't want to ship to somebody who doesn't want it. Wall hanger. What else we got? That's a GM accessory bracket. Can't remember what it's for. We'll save it. Window regulator, saving it. Fuel line, not saving. I think this is the grill that goes in the fender. We're missing another one of those. GM gas pedal. We're always looking for them. Save some sheet metal. The rest is getting scrapped. Getting recycled. Greta, that's what we're doing. Recycling. So we're doing that in Mortske Repair. We're saving the turtles. Bob actually picked up a turtle in my driveway and carried it and set it free in the slough. What a guy, that Bob. You're so smart, you're getting out of the rain. Lucky. Just what we need is another 39. This one's got less doors than that one. Anywho, back to work. I'm melting! I tell you what, I think I want to get this steering column out of, oh, that'll be easy. It's held in with a tarp strap. I'm guessing this is the Nova column. Duff, you want to do that or get out of the way, one or the other? I don't want to step on you. There you go. She's a yeah, tarp strap special. I really don't like these columns, but a lot of people apparently do. This one's actually a tilt unit, and it doesn't have the keys, so it's worth about what the tarp strap's worth. But we'll save it. These floors are pretty good. It kind of got pushed up here with the fork, and then she's soft in a couple spots, but not bad at all. It looks like these were rotting on before they even started working on it. Yeah, so we got her cleaned up good. You can see where it rotted out in there because dirt sat in there, like that side's gonna do if we don't get that cleaned out. Back seat area is good. Trunk area is good. I mean, other than that tool tray. Yeah, there's some rot in the body mounts. It's rougher back here than up there. All right, I'm gonna clean up my mess. Speaking of messes, this thing is the real MVP, the shop vac. No, she's a rigid. This thing is, goodness, I don't even know, a third or a quarter full. Not as much as I thought for sucking out 3 cars full of crap. She's a sucker. I knew one of them in high school, but anyway, I'd like to set the fenders on it. We do have the hood. We got the grill. So I wonder if we can set her all together, but we got to find a wheel for that side. So there's a lot of good parts here. I mean, I'll tell you what I paid for this thing. I paid $650 for this thing. No title, gambled on it. I don't think I'm gonna get rich, but I think that rear end is worth probably pretty close to that to the right guy. Maybe more, depending on the gear ratio and the year and yada, yada, yada. But we're missing that right rear fender and we're missing the right door, which are kind of big bummers. And I saw that we were missing some window garnishings, and there's going to be some other odds and ends. But we got a really nice grill. There's a lot of really nice pieces here. I think you'd have to have a parts car, but I think we'll make a couple bucks on it. We're not going to get rich off of it, but you never know until you try. And we got a bunch of time into it. And we're going to have a couple tires and tubes into it. But I think, yeah, we get the headlight set on there, and that tail light bucket, the trunk lid, the fenders, the hood, the grill, get that all mocked up. And it's a pretty solid car, you know. What do you get for, say, $1,500 anymore? Plus, it's got that rear end and that front end in it. It's got a good start. All right, let's clean up our mess before the rain really gets after us. All right, I got the 37 up here, fresh crates. We're gonna have to grab a fresh trash can. And we'll clean out the 37 tomorrow. As you can tell, we're in a bit of a thunderstorm. So, let's drink to that, because beer makes corn, corn makes whiskey, whiskey makes the dog wet and frisky. All right, tomorrow. I sure wish that thing had a front end underneath it, so we have to put jack stands underneath it. That is a pretty decent car, though. I thought the 39 was the deal, but I think this is going to be a better car. Just needs a narrowed Nova subframe under it, huh, Duff? I wonder if those frames are the same. All right, we'll see you in the AM. All right, the rain has receded. Let's get this mess off my nice concrete pad out here. So, first things first, I think we're going to rip into the old 37 here and get her cleaned up a hair on the inside. I don't know how bad it is. I don't know if this door opens. I don't think it does. Oh, I forgot how caved in the trunk was. You know, that's about ready to vacuum. Grab a couple of the large chunks out of there. Hopefully that doesn't fall on my head. Oh, there we go. Definitely needs a deck lid. Same deal on this one. I got that tool tray, rotted everything out. So it needs a valance back here. The fender's pretty rotten. Ooh, we got some hubcaps and some engine parts. This thing even has a little bit of interior left. All right, let's get to cleaning. Factory hubcap. Look at that. It's even got the blue and red paint in it yet. It's pretty good for being 87 years old. Holy crap. This thing's closer to 100 than it is to 50. I'm gonna go get the skid steer and bring the scrap hopper over here, because this looks like a lot of scrap. A couple more hubcaps. Paint's pretty faded on that one. And even worse on that one. 3 out of 4? Come on, be a 4th one. No go. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna scrap all that. This is a side cover for the engine and a valve cover, and nobody's gonna fix this engine. Maybe we'll save the air cleaner because I'm an idiot. What is this fancy bar? Oh, park and brake. Look at how neat the seats are. Factory buckets. And they tilt forward to get in the back for all of the access. Anything good in there? Oh, you got it all over the back of you, you goon. Oh, cripes. This stuff was a lot easier to vacuum up when it wasn't wet. I'm sick of cleaning out cars. Good thing this is the last one. Hey, you know how to church your car up for some pictures and some video and list a car like this, you got to put it on jack stands, get it sitting level. Don't leave it sitting in the dirt. Put the hubcaps on. Oh yeah, that's way better. Ah, I should have used the super nice painted one. We'll put that on the other side if it'll fit the wheel I put on. Ooh, that one's banged up pretty good. Not only does that get those hubcaps out of the way, makes the car look good. Double whammy. Whammy. Is this one of them slide your shoe on devices? A shoe spoon? I don't know. Valve covers are great hardware storage components too, until they rust out. How rusty is the air cleaner? Not too bad. Throw her in the stash. Wonder how that back seat comes out of there. You want to take a look, Duff? A lot of coon turds. The dust flows in the car a lot better when you got no glass. This one's got most of it. I'm going in and see if I can get this back seat out. I'm already regretting it. Oh yeah. Whew. I should have left that in there. Yeah. Of course, underneath the seat, it's a great home for rodents and such. Raccoons. Oh yeah. Well, there's a compartment below the seat, and you can see what they probably were doing there. Ah! Tastes like hantavirus. Yeah, there's a compartment about that depth, and she's plumb full of mouse house. We should probably get that out of there so that don't rot out the floor. I think there's just as much poop as there is mouse in there. Now I see why you were so intrigued with this thing, Duff. We gotta get that driver's door up so we can wash this thing out. Frickin' A, they cut the door hinges on this one too. How can you hillbilly farmers not learn how to knock a door pin out? We gotta figure out how to get that other door open. Because this thing needs washed out. You got her pretty good. I don't want to go in there with a vacuum cleaner. I just want to pressure wash from a distance and get covered in that stuff. You know what? I don't want to get covered in it. Maybe we'll vacuum it. That'll be easier. It's pretty dry in there because it had a roof. It was just wet. In this area, I'd like to pressure wash the crap out of these seats, but odds are somebody's not going to reuse them seats. See, they cut the bottom of that hinge off. They cut that whole hinge right off. Idiots. A couple hooies in the fender. Looks like we're missing some trim on the hood and around the grill maybe. This fender's, oh, it's got a little whammy in her. This thing is a pretty good car. Running boards are rusty, like they all are. A little rot in the door. A couple of hooies in the roof. That glass is missing. Otherwise, all the glass is in it. Look at them hubcaps though, Duff. Yeah, you like that seat because it's full of mouse house. Oh, the hubcaps really tie her together. All right, gonna go run the shop vac. Okay. Give her one more look. Look, a comb. We could throw that in our grab basket. Just kidding. It's thrown in the trash. All right, they're all cleaned out in here. Floors actually look really good in this thing. I played around with that door a little bit. I don't want to mess around with it and bang it up anymore. It would display better if that door opened, but whatever. It is what it is. You only spend so much time. You got to know when to draw the line. Trunk floor looks pretty good as well. So like I said, cleaning these things up is a good way to make a few bucks flipping them. And giving an honest description, lots of pictures. I'm a firm believer in karma, so if you misrepresent something, be like, oh, I didn't know the cylinder head was missing, I couldn't get the hood open. It's gonna come back to bite you. So I'd like to pressure wash this thing. It's got a lot of lichens on it, and we'll see if we got time to do that. You can see she's pretty green in there, and there's a little bit of dirt on the running boards on both sides. A nest in the headlight. Somebody must have done a seal beam conversion. Yeah, this side's pretty lichened up. We should get that door on there though. I want to tack weld that door on to display it, but that's tack welded shut and this won't open. We'll be able to get in the car. Yeah, great. Well, we'll figure something out. All right, we're taking a break from the 37. Let's get this clip on a 39. Oh, they cut all the bolts off. Son of a biscuit. How are we gonna get that on there, Duff? I really don't want to tack weld it, and I definitely don't want to spend the time to extract all them bolts. Can we get at them from the backside? Not really. Oh, yeah, I guess, kinda, maybe. We'll see. We shall see. How's the driver's side look? No doubt the same, and I'm sure why this clip isn't on there is because the core support doesn't have a mounting area because they took the regular front clip off. We might just be mocking this up. Oh, they snapped all those off too. Yep. She's gonna be a mock-up. So here's the deal. You're gonna get more bang for your buck if you get her all set together the right way and you get it steering and all that good stuff, but I gotta leave for Iola in like a couple hours. And I have to clean up this mess before I leave, so I don't have time for that. I think that's where we're gonna leave the 39. We'll set it somewhere out of the way and then maybe set it in a pile mocked up. But yeah, I could extract all these bolts or drill them out or do whatever in the front, but we still got to do something with the core support to hold the front of the fenders and to hold the grill and the hood and all this stuff. So we're not gonna be able to do that in a couple hours. All right, so let's take a look at this thing. Super nice grill. I think this is a factory accessory Swan. Pretty cool. My other 39 does not have that. Really nice hood. These fenders are so-so. Really sucks that it's missing that door and that fender, but I think the fenders are the same on other models, particularly 4-doors. I don't know about coupes. We got the deck lid. We don't have the hinges. These have external hinges, so we can't even really mock that up. And we're missing that door, and I think that's 2-door sedan only. So we can put that tire on it. I got a bunch of glass and other crap to sweep up here. Floors are good in this. This would be a really good car, but you're gonna need some key components. Oh, you're gonna need running boards as well. I'm guessing both sides are gone. I'm guessing you can probably buy them new. Yeah, but yeah, she's a good unit. It's already got the independent front, posi rear, so there's some good pieces there. Right, Duff? Right. All right, let's get a wheel on it and get this thing out of the way and get our nice new concrete pad cleaned up. That'd be great. I got some help today, and I really hated seeing this thing sit there. And we got that nice Keystone Classic wheel that should go on something awesome. You should have seen the look he just gave me. He's like, ooh. So I just happen to have these QA1 control arm. You can guess what they were supposed to go on. Let's put them on this. Oh yeah.
You got some hardware to use.
So I got some new hardware. We're gonna get that Buicker in there. We'll have to figure out springs so we can set our ride height via 2x4. Wow, look at this. We're trying to figure out what we could do to hold it at ride height. So I just trimmed the skirt off the old Pleasurizers. Just dropped her panties there. And we put a clamp on the shaft. You want to get a good grip on your shaft. And it should still droop, so when we pick it up and try to sell it, it'll look like it's got suspension, but joke's on you, really doesn't. Look at these fancy new control arms. Woo, thanks QA1 for sponsoring that. And definitely didn't grease them. All right, let's set her down and see how she looks. Let's see if my clamps hold. All right, we got all this junk lined up, including an S10 with a topper, not mine. Let's take a look at what we got. 37 is pretty good. I think if a guy really took your time, you could weld these door hinges back on. But it'd be best to find the hinge side for the car. If somebody's got some, wants to sell them. These ones actually look like they might not be too bad to replace. The Ford ones have screws going through them. Well, Phillips, and they are no fun to remove. Maybe they're even flat, probably. But yeah, this 37 is pretty good. She's dry. You got to get that door open on that side. I mean, it's a pretty complete car. If a guy found the hinges, I'm guessing somebody would street rod it and get rid of that engine and put like a Mustang front underneath it. You know, just put the right headlights or a better headlight setup in it than these ugly conversion kits. And if I were gonna really market it, I would maybe knock a couple of those dents out, get the door opening, get that door mounted, and maybe put her on blocks, or maybe even slide an axle of sorts underneath it, and she would look pretty good. But I think that's what I'm gonna do, and if one of you guys doesn't buy it, we'll block it up, set the door in place, take some pictures, maybe knock this trunk lid out a bit. I mean, you can't make it any worse. It's a cool old Art Deco emblem. So yeah, this thing was super affordable. I want to say I paid like 150 bucks for it, and I feel like it's probably going to be in that $1,000–1,500 range. Maybe I could, like I said, get that axle underneath it and really clean it up good and get some door hinges, and maybe even ask $2 grand, $2,500. I don't know. Price and availability in the video description. Hit us up, mortskerepair at gmail.com. The 39. This thing it's a good solid start, but it's missing a bunch of pieces like that door and that fender. It's going to need a steering box just to make it steer. I could make that work and get a little bit more, but I think this is just where it's going to be. So front end, it's just a good start, and could have mocked it up a little bit more, but missing that door and that fender kind of ruins it for this car. And then the running boards, like I said, this one's probably a $1,500-ish car, because like I said, that rear end is probably worth a good chunk of what we're asking. And yeah, look at this 66 now with that rear end under it. I got a better hood for it. Got the rear seat set in there. Floors are almost bad enough that the dog can't walk on them. How's the trunk floor now that it doesn't have a gas tank? Probably not that solid either. We could pressure wash this one a little bit more, but again, I think this car's in that $1,500 range now. Duff, what are you doing in there? You gooing? I've kind of wanted one of these for a while. I really like the 64 to 67 Chevelles. The 68 72s I like, but there's a million of them. Everybody's got one. So Yeah, look at the QA1 knows right where to put their sticker. She's peeking out there. Good looking car. So, yeah, that's that thing. Again, this car needs a door. I think I got a line on one of those. I think most of the front end stuff is here. Got a better hood. We got the hood hinges. Again, you could spend some more time mocking that stuff up, putting that better hood on it, and putting the seat back in it. And maybe just either wiring the steering column up or just taking it out of there completely. It's not like you can steer this car the way that it is. I do have steering arms and tie rod ends on order so that this car will steer onto a trailer better. Like I said, probably in the $1,500 range on this car. And I think I paid like $650 for that car. So yeah, are we getting rich here? Probably not. We got a lot of time, got a lot of equipment, got a lot of fuel into these things, and that's what makes the world go around. What is it? Capitalism? The 57. This one I kind of want to keep, but it's clearly going to be for sale. The floors aren't as good as I thought. We found a lot of parts. Mostly everything is there. The big pieces are there. There's a couple little pieces like the grill and some odds and ends. But yeah, it's a good start. The back glass is there. I do have a rubber for the back window. I was hoping to get a back window stuck in it, but we ran out of time. We got to get going to Iowa. The Mopar Madman's here. It needs the headlight, trim rings, and surrounds, which I picked up a parts car, so if nobody buys this thing, yeah, we'll do that. No titles on any of this stuff. I'm thinking on this car, I think I paid like $3,000, and I'm thinking she's like a 4,500, $5,000, something like that. Needs floors. It needs some repair here. I think you could just scab the floors that they gave you and make it drivable-ish, but I would put a whole floor in it at some point. It's got a really cool patina. It's pretty straight. Again, if I spent some more time, put that back window in it and the bumpers, I think I could get a little bit more money out of this thing, and then put the trim on it, and then maybe scab those floors in there. It needs a lower quarter section, but she's a good rig. I really like this thing. Oh yeah, we could have put the hood hinges on it. We need the bullets for the hood. There's a few pieces missing, but yeah, if you had a good four-door parts car, you could really make a neat car to this. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Go check out the merch. Get yourself a bobblehead. We got all kinds of good giveaway stuff. Seems like people like when we do the giveaway thing, and we like giving stuff away, and we like selling merch. It's people that view and like, share, comment, subscribe, buy merch that allows us to do stuff like this so that we can pick this stuff up and then have fun with it. Send it on down the road, because I'm not into restoring cars. There's no money in restoring cars, and I like too many of them to restore them all in my lifetime. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Check out our other videos. Remember, it doesn't matter to get it done as long as you're having fun. Iola's going to be fun. Duff, you're staying here to keep an eye on the shop, though, ain't you? All right, we got to get packed up and get rolling. I need a shower because I'm stinky, and that's like a 7-hour ride without air conditioning, so I want to shower now. All right, see you in a couple days, puppers.